Hi, my name is Celeste, and this is Celestial Medicine. Today, I wanted to share with you briefly a small emotional upset that I had and how I navigated it. It was about Doreen Virtue, of all people, right? And how guilty did I feel? Like, I love Doreen. I am an angel reader certified by her, and I have gone to a lot of her workshops and I've read a lot of her books, and they have helped me tremendously on my journey, especially when it came to how to interact with clients and start up a business. So I owe a lot to her, and she definitely has been someone I consider a trailblazer. I don't know about that PhD, but when I saw that she was giving out Fariyology certifications, I died. I was so annoyed. I mean, I got angry. I got angry at her because I just felt like suddenly she was turning into this like cartoon version of herself. And I watched her promo for it, and of course she's got all of her animals around her, and it just seemed like a joke. I love fairies. I love fairies. I believe in fairies. I don't think they're anything to play with, to be perfectly honest with you. And her course didn't really seem to have any substance to it at all, and it definitely for $88, you get a certification as a Fariyologist, which, what the hell is that? Like, that's just, come on. I realized that I'm responsible for my own emotional reaction to something like this, and so I did take stock of it, and I think where it came from was this feeling of protectiveness over all of these, I assume to be middle American women who really buy into Doreen's, wise woman thing and want to just jump over any shadow aspects, and they want to jump right into the fun, sweet, light, fairy frivolousness where we're just unicorns and rainbows and we just catch butterflies all day and just like angels, angels, angels. That's just not really what it's like. At the same time, I know that she's making people smile. She's making people happy. She's making people excited, and maybe they have the feeling of being connected to something. It's giving them a sense of community and belonging and certification. I mean, who doesn't like to? I have tons of certifications and I love them. I recognize her value in some people's lives, and I just feel like there are a lot of shadow aspects that need to be accepted and integrated in a practiced way in order for someone to get to that love and light phase. And you notice in the spiritual community, there's a lot of people that just do love and light, and I agree with love and light. I love to vibrate in the fifth dimensional reality, and Reiki is coming from the sixth dimension, so we can even go higher than the fifth. However, if you try to skip from third dimensional reality to that love and light reality, you are in for a rude awakening. The fairies won't be very nice to you. They will, make you slip and fall, and just shit will happen because you skipped steps. If you try to focus on everything that's light and love, everything within you that is not light and love will come to the surface. It doesn't mean you shouldn't focus on the love and light. It just means that I think a lot of these people that are huge Doreen Virtue fans that just skip right to this, sweet, nice fairy stuff are really missing the point of spirituality. It is lovely and fun, and you can have fanciful thoughts and spirit guides and animal totems, all that good stuff, fairy friends. What's happening is people are accessing these very, very high vibrations, and then in their actual lives, the rug feels like it gets pulled out from under them because they really didn't work on the lower self. They didn't work on their shadow. They didn't work with the root chakra. But let's talk about this Fariyology course for a second and what it actually is. It is connecting to the fourth dimension where right and wrong exists, and enchantments exist, and fairies and unicorns and spirit guides and all the things that go bump in the night are in the fourth dimension. Fairy beings are not all good, by the way. Yeah, they, can maybe help flowers open, and they can help you feel connected to nature, but they can also steal your baby. Now let's look at what a dimension actually is. I define a dimension in the most simple way as a state of consciousness. in a little bit more of a complex way, it is a means of organizing different planes of existence according to the rate in which that energy is vibrating. So if someone is vibrating in the energy of, like, you see that flower, it kind of looks like a fairy, and then their mind starts to just wander and they start to imagine all these different possibilities, they're entering into the fourth dimension. You don't have to go into a deep meditation to enter into another dimension. The third dimension is one where I would say most people exist, and that is just earth plane, terra firma. This is all there is. Maybe they believe in a God and that they went to, like some kind of church growing up, but if things aren't going well, they have a bad day, they just chalk it up to a bad day. It's all about what matters. Their focus is on money and getting sex and eating and, traffic and, get that thing, my goals, I want to be this. And they're stuck in the third dimension because this world is all that is real to them. That is someone who is, I would consider, a very third dimensional human being. Now, in the fourth dimension, we get into still duality. There's still good, bad, right, or wrong in the fourth dimension, but we have the added energy of the imagination. We have the vibration of forms shifting and changing. So, yeah, that flower can resemble a fairy, and that blob in the corner of your room starts to look like, your cousin Bill, coming to visit you. And so ghosts exist in the fourth dimension, definitely nature spirits, and definitely when we start to feel like we are controlling our reality somewhat, and you start to believe in the law of attraction, that is fourth dimensional energy. It's not fifth. In the fourth dimension, there is still this idea that things are not perfect. We still need to strive. So even a psychic surgeon, right? Something that needs to be changed like a healer. If you're sick and I can make you well, that is still someone who's engaging in some form of duality. So that's the fourth dimension. Now in the fifth dimension, there is oneness. In the fifth dimension, all opposites come together. There is no separation. There is no duality. This is where a lot of religions say is the highest you can go. This is where angelic contact is made. This is also the place of miracles. This is where your prayers are answered. If you ever wanted to pray and pray effectively, it's not asking, it's not begging or pleading, it's just being in that space where everything is perfect, where everything is as it should be. When you feel that light descend upon you and you know that you are in the space of creation and that your will and God's will are one, and you can allow for the highest good to interact with you, to infuse your cells, to infuse your life, to infuse your belief system. When you can allow for limiting beliefs to just disappear completely. There is no waiting, there is no time, there is no wondering, there is no need, there is just perfection. And that is the fifth dimension. Now, I know Doreen Virtue actually strives to exist on the fifth dimension most of the time in her personal life. And in that place, it is not wrong to capitalize on the desires of these women in middle America between 40 and 60 who fall for this wise woman Fariyologist business. It's not wrong, because in the fifth dimension, there is no wrong. You are providing a need. You are still a stopgap on the road to someone else's spiritual evolution. So who am I to say she's doing anything wrong? She's not doing anything wrong. It's not wrong. It is definitely perhaps a little bit of a lower aspect of what she can provide spiritually. I wish that Doreen would always be connected to the fifth dimension, but she's here on Earth. So, I wish I could always be connected to the fifth dimension. If I was, I wouldn't be here, and she wouldn't be here either. So let's give Doreen Virtue a break. She does have a purpose, and being a Fariyologist may not be for me, but it is for someone else. And if it brings them luck and joy and happiness, even if in the midst of that luck, joy, and happiness, other stuff gets unearthed, well, is that wrong? No, it's not wrong. It's what happens when you're on the spiritual path. There are dips and valleys and things change shape, and that's the way it needs to be for a lot of people. So you just go on with your bad self, Doreen. I ain't gonna hate you. I ain't mad at you. It's all good. Get your Fariyologist certification. Okay, that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to drop you guys a line. This is Celestial Medicine. Have a great day.